So I was told that Megadeth's drummer had never heard the song Mr. Brightside, and apparently he played some drum tracks to it or something. I don't know what that could even possibly sound like, but I am genuinely excited. My homie Mike sent me this link and was like, dude, if you haven't already seen this, you have to do a reaction to it. So we're going to sit here as a Rooskies and we're going to do a reaction to this. I'm going to be honest. Megadeth is actually just not a band I've invested time into looking into. I don't know if I like him or not. And maybe that makes me a terrible metalhead. Probably does, but this is just what it is. So let's see what a super gnarly drummer does to a song like Mr. Brightside. Let's check it out. By the way, before I hit play, it's very important to me that you know that you are awesome, you are valuable, you are important, you matter, you're deserving of love, and I'm so thankful for even a moment of your time. If you like what you see, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button. If you really like what you see, come hang out with us and these wonderful people on Twitch. This chat over here, best people ever. They just want to tell you that you matter and hello. Guys, without further ado, let's check out Megadeth drummer. Here's Mr. Brightside for the first time.
You would know by now.
Please.
Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all.
Do you know that song?
No, I don't.
I just have to say, this is blowing my mind right now. I'm so glad you don't know this song.
Let me put my gloves on for this.
Wait a minute. Yeah, so like, again, I commented on this before I hit play, but it's very hard for me too to believe that you could play this song and this dude has never heard it. Oop.
I'm Dirk Verburen from Megadeth. Mostly throughout my life, I have been playing all sorts of metal music. I listen to all kinds of different things. I grew up listening to a lot of pop and rap/hip hop.
I have a hard time thinking that that guy grew up listening to a lot of rap and hip hop.
And electronic music.
Electronic music I can see, kind of more drum and bass, whatever.
Nowadays I also listen to a lot of jazz and fusion, rock and roll, punk, you name it.
That makes a lot of sense. Jazz, fusion, rock and roll, punk, that makes sense. Like drums, all over those.
You know, all kinds of different things. Drumming wise, what I mostly do is at least somewhat rock related. So as much as I have studied jazz and enjoyed, I don't feel like I'm quite ready to be in a jazz trio. So if you guys are gonna play me a jazz song, I'm gonna run away.
Got it.
Yeah, we'll load up the track. And yeah, you ready?
Let's do it.
You would know by now.
Please.
Coming out of my cage and
Yeah,
I've
like-
been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all. Started out with a kiss, how did it end up like this? It was only a kiss, it was only a kiss. Jealousy, turning snakes into the sea, swimming through sick lullabies.
It's so, yeah, if you've never heard scratch tracks without drums, the way it works in a studio is you typically go in, everybody plays together, and then you get like a rough track of the song that's in time. From there, you're gonna go to your drummer. You're gonna take the drum sound out that you tracked, then you're gonna have the drummer play, and you're gonna get that drummer's set all the way down. You're gonna complete the drums. You're gonna tune the snare, you're gonna tune the kick, you're gonna tune the toms. When I say tune, I mean put microphones on them, level them out, and get them to where they're sounding good. And you're gonna play that. You gotta get it all on time. You're probably going to take a ton of takes, chop up all of the takes to make one mega perfect take, and go from there. Then you go to the bass, guitars, pianos, whatever. The vocals are the last thing. So when they're letting this guy hear the drumless track, they're literally pulling out anything on the file of Mr. Brightside that would have drums in it and just playing the other instruments. It's very interesting. I'm I'm actually really excited about this, knowing that he listened to a drumless song going into this. That makes me a lot happier. He didn't have a preconceived notion of what it should have sounded like, so that's great. And he had no idea
I just
what
have to
it was.
ask, do you know that song?
No, I don't. But I now have the song structure. So
I just have to say, this is blowing my mind right now.
Yeah, it's also blowing my mind. He was so like unimpressed with him. He was like, "Yeah, I have no idea what this song was, but look what I did. Look what I did."
what was
I'm
that?
so glad you don't know this song.
No, yeah, I don't. I wouldn't even know what band it is, to be honest. So I have no idea. I might have heard it before. I don't know, because it sounds like something I might have heard before, but I definitely don't listen to this band or know this band very well. So.
Well, we won't tell you what it is until the end, so.
Don't. You know, this might be fun for people to know. So I do this when I do session work in the studio, which I've done tons of.
I like how he's approaching the Killer's song, Mr. Brightside. He's like, no, I've done plenty of drum tracks in the studio. I've done plenty of session work. I think I'm equipped. Like, he drums for Megadeth, whatever, but he's not heard the song Mr. Brightside. It's crazy to me.
Developed a method to just, when you listen to a song the first time, just count, name the parts, count the bars, and then at least, if anything, you have a structure. So in this case, that's all you need, since there's no drums. I can make up my own, which, thank you guys, very generous of you. So me having at least the structure, I'm not saying I'm gonna maybe read this perfectly, but at least I'll have some idea of where I am, and have a few of the accents on there, a few little things I noticed on the bass, and like the ending of the song and stuff. And so yeah, let's try this. I'm excited to try it.
I would love to see the Killers react to Megadeth drummer hears Mr. Brightside for the first time.
Let me put my gloves on for this.
Okay.
Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all.
So he let it go for 8 bars.
Started out with a kiss, how did it end up like this? It was only a kiss, it was only a kiss. Now I'm falling asleep and she's calling a cab. I was having a smoke and she's taking a drag. Now they're going to bed and my stomach is sick and it's all in my head, but she's touching his chest. Now he takes off.
He switched to a double bass. Did you hear him do it? Just I'm gonna go back a little bit so you can hear how he used the double bass there. It's definitely kind of like a scratch track drumming. Okay. I'm over here giggling. It's kind of cool, man. Like it's a song I'm so familiar with, right? So hearing a different take is literally like forcing a smile onto me, because I'm like, you're fucking it up, but no, you're not too. This is the way he went. I would have loved to see like Travis Barker do something to this song too. This is super interesting, and the reason I thought of Travis Barker is because of the way he just played that hi-hat there. But this whole thing is like, it's just crazy to me to hear a different drum take to a song that I'm so familiar with.
Gotta be down because I want it all. It started
funny because the way he plays it, it kind of makes the song sound a little slower, and I'm kind of blown away hearing it versus the other one, especially coming from like a metal drummer. And I'm not like questioning this guy's, sense of rhythm. Like I'm positive he's playing to the track, but it's just crazy how the way the drums really affect the feeling of a song, and how when you can see a drummer's individuality within the song, I think it's very interesting. And this is absolutely. Really doing a good job to differentiate what a drummer really does bring to the table. You can tell, so he's working the bell here, this part of the cymbal where there's a little, it's called the bell, and you can hear him kind of hitting that, and then he's doing a lot of fills. Okay, I want to hear the fill again. That was cool. Well, that's because that's the rhythm section. He would absolutely be taking cues from the bass here because he doesn't have that's his cue in a lot of ways. I mean, one's the inhale, one's the exhale in a lot of respects. I mean, you don't get one without the other. They're the same coin. I can't believe he just threw that hard. He just ran double bass all up and in the business of Mr. Brightside. He just double kicked Mr. Brightside's ass.
Missed the ending, damn it.
You're hired.
I was like, I know those 3 hits are coming somewhere, and I got a little sidetracked in my thing. But anyway, that was fun.
That was great, man.
Thanks.
Clearly your chart worked. One listen and one playthrough.
Yeah, I mean,
crazy.
but that's the thing, that's like, it's like, I mean, I compare it to the instrument, like learning to pick up music quickly.
Yep.
If you can do that, if you can practice that, it can become a really useful tool if you want to be do this as a job, because a lot.
And it allows you to really plug and play with any band. And I think that really kind of separates the salts. Like, you can tell a good musician when he can sit down with almost any other musician and play well, and in a lot of ways make a worse musician shine. But there's also a certain level of like a point of diminishing return where somebody is just so good that everybody else is bad. And I think there has to be something in there to kind of separate it.
A lot of times, there's no time. Like when you do session work, sometimes when I have really complex stuff, because I get asked to do some really crazy, sometimes I have to do like detailed charts, and really work at it before. In general, what I've learned is that there's usually not as much time to prepare as you'd like to. So if you go into it with the mindset of like, I'm just gonna do the best I can do with the time I have, it's usually a good place to start.
Do you want to hear the original?
Yeah, let's hear it. What's this band? Tell me.
The band is The Killers.
Okay. Heard of them? Yes.
The song is Mr. Brightside,
Okay.
which is a classic, and this is Ronnie Vannucci on drums, and we are definitely sending him your version of this once this is out. And we'll get Ronnie up here to play the original, and maybe we can mash them all up.
All right, sounds good. Ronnie, don't hate me. I did
I'm so excited about this. I didn't think that that was also going to be revealed in the show.
my best, man.
I think you'll dig it.
Okay, cool.
Nice. Okay, here's the original version. This is with the drum part in there.
This is going to be so crazy.
Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all.
He's got to see a few of the similarities between what he did and what Ronnie did. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Badass. I have to say, I can see why it's a classic. Hearing it like now, like the whole thing. Yeah, it's a killer song. Killer song.
You
See what he did there.
walked right into that
I
one.
did. No, I can totally see how that would rule on stage and how people would just
Yeah.
go crazy. And great drum
Yeah.
part, like very well, very well balanced. And I know I hit the crash can at the same time as him at one point. I was like, yeah, I nailed one thing.
Nice.
But no, it was great drumming and very balanced and very tasteful and fills in the right place and super cool. Yeah, I love it, man. Love it. It's this was fun. So that was my best shot here on Here's a Song for the First Time, courtesy of Drumeo. I hope I didn't let you guys down too much. I had fun
No,
doing
you
this,
didn't
and
let me down at all.
this is something that again, if you wanna have a gig playing an instrument, it's a good idea to get really to get some kind of technique going for you to.
For me, I think the technique for me to learn how to play along was literally to get my guitar and play along with music as I heard it playing until it sounded like I was playing it kind of right. I would definitely say that's probably the easiest way to learn how to plug and play with a band, but I will also say that it's hard to recreate a classic, but I think that this guy did a fantastic job. It's kind of got me wanting to at least dig into Megadeth a little bit. And I don't know that I could name a song that Megadeth does. So yeah, if you're watching this and you have, Megadeth suggestions, I love live music. I love reactions. I love learning about new music. So throw those in the comments. Guys, thank you for being here. What did you think? How did Megadeth do drumming for Mr. Brightside? Guys, thank you for the positivity. Show both to me and to one another. Continue to be the best. Until I see you next, I love you. Good night.